Hey guys, this is Mike of 4 and 6 Music. As a teacher, I really try to emphasize the listening part of practice and of being a musician because a lot of times I think the listening is not really emphasized enough. And so what I want to do is I want to take a song by Tony Mottola. For those of you who don't know, Tony Mottola was a very famous guitarist. He started his career in the 1930s, so almost 100 years ago, and he was going up until the 80s. He played with a lot of different musicians. He played as a session musician. For those of you guys who don't know what a session musician is, a session musician is pretty much a musician who's playing in a recording studio, and a lot of times they haven't really been rehearsing the songs that they record. They're given a song the day of the rehearsal or of the recording, and they're expected to read through it and play it perfectly. So a lot of session musicians, I would say, are amongst the greatest musicians out there. And Tony Mottola was one of them, and he played with a lot of them. And so I'm going to use a song from him in order to really improve, to work on our ear training, because I think that's a very important part of being a musician, is training your ear and being able to recognize certain sounds, right? So I'm going to use his song, his rendition of the song, I Only Have Eyes for You. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys 3 different scales. I'm going to play them for you, and I want you guys afterwards to identify which scale is being used in the part of this song that Tony Mottola plays, right? So the first scale is going to be our D major scale, and I'm going to play it backwards because when we listen to this in the recording, it is played backwards. So rather than going up like that, we're going to go down, right? So this is the D major scale. This is our E minor scale. And then this is our F diminished scale based off of the half whole steps. So those are the 3 scales that I want you guys to have in your ear. I'll play them all 3 of them one more time before playing the recording. And what I want you guys to do, again, is I want you guys, as you're listening, to identify which scale is being used in this song. So we have our D major, E minor, and our F diminished. So let me play the clip, and again, I want you guys to choose which scale you think it is. Right over here. All right, so which scale do you think that was? A major, a minor, or a diminished scale? So if you said either major or minor, unfortunately you're incorrect. That would be the diminished scale that we hear, and it's, again, our F diminished scale. And then how he ends it is he goes down a half step, and then he goes up to our E note, because right after that we have our E minor 7. So the chord progression that's being used behind this, or I should say the chord, let's just concentrate on the chord, is our B7 chord, right? So that's our chord that's being used behind our F diminished scale. And we talked about this as far as like how you can use the diminished arpeggio and under what chords you can use them. So for the F diminished scale, we can use that on a B7 and it would work pretty well. So that is the chord that's happening underneath our F diminished scale. So that is the scale that's being used on this song by Tony Mottola. If you guys are not familiar with him, I highly suggest listening to his songs. I actually uploaded a song of his that he did with 4 different guitarists, so it's a total of 5 guitarists on the recording. And the name of the record is Tony Mottola and the Quad Guitars. The song that I uploaded on the channel is called Stage Fright. For some reason, this song is not anywhere on YouTube, and I think it's one of Tony Mottola's best songs. Actually, when I was in college, I actually had the opportunity to play this song with the guitar ensemble that I played with. So it really brought back a lot of nice memories for me listening to this song. So yeah, like I said, I had this on record and it wasn't on YouTube, so I uploaded it. So it's on the channel. Definitely check that song out and check out some of his other material on YouTube. You know, if you find any of his records at a store, definitely pick it up, check it out. I can promise you it won't be that much, especially if you're at a thrift shop. Actually, I was able to find one of his records at a thrift shop. So this is a best of, which I'm not usually a fan of best ofs, but it does have a lot of his material over the span of his career. And it was only $2. $2, and the quality is really good. It's pretty much near mint as far as the condition of the records themselves. So again, if you've never heard Tony Mottola, definitely check his stuff out. Especially if you like great guitar playing, I can promise you, you will not be disappointed. So I hope that was useful for you guys. And I hope that you learned something new or learned about hopefully an artist that you've never heard of before. And if you have heard of Tony Mottola, then that's awesome. Fantastic. So I will see you guys in the next video. Take care and have a good day.